So here it is. Our records indicate a foreclosure sale was held on November 29th. Now I have proof that that sale was basically unlawful because they had no proof of standing. They just came in. They never provided an affidavit to the court. I understand that they have to have an affidavit in the court saying all their paperwork is correct and that they have the right to foreclose. And these are the responses that I've gotten from the defendants. So this is what I am in the process of responding to now.
Right. It's a very important case for them because
huge.
It's a very important case because there's precedent being set all over the country right now, where people are in foreclosure and there are title issues, and it's kind of like they want us to follow the rules when it comes to civilians and what we're supposed to do, but yet banks have not had to follow the law themselves
at all. I mean, one of these companies actually said, as their defense, just give us the property. That she has no standing, we're the owners, and that's it. But they don't want to come forward with the wedding signature. But there's a case, which I'll send you later, which just came out, saying they have to produce proof of ownership before they can sell your house. And that's what they can't provide. Because if they're not going to come forward with a wedding signature, there is no standing.
Surprise, surprise, it's our friends Wells Fargo again. They've been busted in Ohio, busted in New Jersey now, and time will tell if they get busted in New Hampshire. I'm going to be watching. And I understand, I did see an affidavit from your son stating that there was a sale of the house, and I think you have some paperwork in that book that says as well?
It's in here somewhere from AMC.
Yes.
If I can find it. Back here.
Sometimes you'll face some unscrupulous real estate companies that kind of snow you over and you lose your way. And you need to get things shoveled off to the side so you can find the truth. Well, that's why Mortgage Movies is here with KingCast.net. We're back with KingCast.net. We're working another feature on our mortgage movie section. We're here with Jeannie Ingress, who is still battling the powers that be, the couple of corporate banks, including, what do we have here, Wells Fargo?
Wells Fargo, American Home Mortgage Servicing, Inc.
Merrimack Mortgage was
Merrimack Mortgage, Option 1, Sand Canyon. I got a whole bunch of them on my list. Who else? Anybody else?
Okay.
That's about it.
No, so there are a number of issues here. I know I attended an earlier court hearing with you.
The court should never accept a filing of a claim without the wet ink note. So they're committing fraud against us, fraud upon the court, and fraud all around.
So you need to turn that off. I really...
Oh, and have you made a formal request for the wet document?
Yes. And it's proof of standing.
And how does that prove standing for you?
How does that?
Yeah. Say that the actual mortgage remained in option funds hand. How will that prove to you that Wells Fargo now is entitled to foreclose or not to foreclose?
Well, my understanding, I believe it was broken up into a lot of derivatives and is securitized, and that there's issues with that. So I'm questioning if there is an original wet ink signature, mortgage and note together that any one party holds, and I need to see that before, in other words, my belief is that the sale should be nullified since nobody came forward to show that they had standing to sell.
The registry also has an assignment from an entity by the name of Sand Canyon Corporation, formerly known as Option 1, to Wells Fargo in, looks like September 7th of this year.
I was going to make about
assignments, and these are just questions that I have, because Mary Mac assigned it to option 1, just as he stated, in 2007, and it was never reassigned back to Mary Mac. But then Mary Mac assigned it a second time to Wells Fargo in 2009, and I have a question about that. And then it was assigned from Sand Canyon to Wells Fargo, so it was assigned twice to Wells Fargo by 2 different parties, and Sand Canyon, after it was already assigned to Wells Fargo, then it would have no longer been party to Sand Canyon. So in other words, it's questions in the chain of assignments.
And New Hampshire, of course, bears witness to the same miscarriages of justice. There you've got former Attorney General Kelly Ayotte, flanked by former Assistant Attorney General Dan Mullen. Ayotte is a senator now, but when she was AG, she didn't even care that when I was a licensed title insurance producer, someone forged my name to a mortgage, faxed it off for funding, and that's called wire fraud. And I've done a couple hundred residential real estate closings, and I didn't understand that. He didn't explain it to me, and he said that there's something in the court file or in the registry of deeds that would explain it. Have any of you seen anything that explains that?
No, we just saw the different assignments in sequence, and the 2 came one after the other with nothing in between, reinstating Mary Mac to go ahead and make another assignment. They already assigned it once to option 1.
You need to turn that off.
But why? It appears that there's an assignment made there at subsection A, assignment from Merrimack Mortgage to option 1, and then there's another assignment to Wells Fargo, and it doesn't appear that option 1 ever reassigned or sent it back to Merrimack Mortgage, so I'm confused about that, so I'm going to ask Ms. Willett to clarify that. Hey guys, don't want to interrupt too long, but is this Ann Willett? No? Oh, I'm trying to
Listen,
yeah.
You need to turn that off. I really...
Will you talk to me off record?
What's that?
Will you talk to me off record?
I'll talk to you off record.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Why not on record?
You need to turn that off.
But why? I'm just asking you, why not on record? I mean, you got to go into open court and discuss it on record.
I don't know who you are.
I told you, kingcast.net. I started Alpha Title Company here a number of years ago. I've done a couple hundred real estate closings, and I'm just curious as to a couple of questions.
Well, then I'll be happy to answer a couple of questions once you turn that off.
Very well, counsel. But when we spoke off record, this lawyer for Merrimack Mortgage couldn't tell me anything. You know, who's got the note? Where's the missing assignment? Nothing. So the case just ricocheted around like a pinball. You know, where's the note? Where's the mortgage? Who's got the right to foreclose? Ms. Ingress, in all those documents there that the defendants have sent you, is there any proof of ownership there?
No, and what I'm asking for is to show me the loan, because in this document it shows that the principal was paid at or before the closing, and all they send me is what I've paid to them. It doesn't show the amount that they actually loaned to me because there was no loan. I'm trying to get a proof of a loan and proof that they have standing with the wedding signature.